This is our brand new home and we have less than 2 months to move in. My name's Orion, this is Jess and Benji, and I have a really bad habit of taking on too much at once. For the past year, I have been renovating our home, building a conservatory, converting a garage, and now I'm having a baby whilst trying to move house. So make sure you hit subscribe to follow along every single Wednesday and Sunday to see how we turn this into our family home. Today is the big day where we tackle the electrical for both of the bedrooms. Time is of the essence as I have got an incredibly tight schedule to have this house ready to move in before Christmas. And today I need to get the bedrooms done in 24 hours. That means rewiring this bedroom, and this incredibly hazardous bathroom. And I have to do this by myself. And some of the things I'm doing for the first time, like using one of these. Yes, it's going to be an exciting day as I do the donkey work, for the lack of a better term. For those people wondering, I am not a qualified electrician. However, I am doing what's called a like-for-like change on the wiring. So what I'm going to do is all of the donkey work of chasing into the walls, wiring everything up, and then I'll give an electrician a call to come and connect it all, basically, and give me an EICR. Or EIRC, I think it's an EICR, a certificate basically that makes all the electrics approved by a qualified electrician. All right, let's get cracking. The first tool for the job. This fancy little device will tell me where there are live cables in the wall. At least that is the hope. They are temperamental and they are not 100% foolproof. So if you get one of these, keep that in mind. But hopefully it should give me a good indication of where the current wiring runs. But theoretically, all cables should run either vertically or horizontally. There shouldn't be any that do this. We hope. After all, we are humans, people cut corners. So let's get our little device out and see if the cable runs vertically from this socket. Right, so there's the live cable. If I go up the wall, it should go all the way up to the ceiling. Yeah, perfect. You can see there that it detects a cable on the other side of this wall. Now, before we do anything like taking sockets off the wall and moving cables around, we need to make sure we flick it off at the fuse board. And if we use this tool again, it'll tell us that's live. And we take it to the socket, dead. No electric. Lots of lovely dead things in there. So my plan today is to unwire this socket and basically use it as a fishing line for the new wiring. So if I take this off the wall, fingers crossed, I can tie my new cable to it, and in the attic, I can pull the old cable out and bring the new one with it. Well, bad news. It is safe to assume that this shielding runs all the way up the wall and the cables have literally zero give to them, which means even if I go into the attic, I probably won't be able to pull the new ones through. I was hoping for a time saver, but I don't think I'm going to find one there. This is the solution. Here is the plan. I'm going to chase from the ceiling all the way down to the floor on this wall, which is connected to the bathroom. The reason being is because I need to move a light switch from in there out here because you can't have a light switch in there. So I'm gonna have to do this anyway. So if I chase from the ceiling in the attic all the way down to the floor, I can feed a new cable up into the attic. Then I'm gonna drill it through the wall into bedroom number 1. Then I'll run it at the very bottom of the floor in this cavity behind the skirting board, all the way around the room. Anytime I feel like there should be a socket, like maybe in this corner, I'll chase up, connect a socket, come back down, behind the skirting board, all the way around. Then I will drill a hole through that wall, which will bring me into bedroom number 2. Out this wall, around the whole room, again putting sockets where I think they need to be. And I only need to chase up the wall once. And for those people who are wondering what chase means, essentially I'm going to be cutting out a channel in the wall where the cables will run. Then I will cover it up and you'll never know it was even there. Right, time to learn how to use this thing for the first time. Can't be that hard. right? On second thoughts, before we actually use the grinder, let's go up into the attic, measure out exactly where my wire is going to come from when I chase this line. I don't want to stick a massive hole in the wall and then find out that I can't access it from above. So let's head up into the attic and make sure we're all clear.
Which means a little bit of an outfit change. I'm in my spacesuit. Really can't wait to dig around in there. All right, with tape measure in hand, I need to go 260 centimeters that way. Gotta be where this wall is. Right, I have located the bedroom wires. So these are the two bedroom cables that go down, and there is absolutely no chance I can pull those out, so I am going to have to chase a new hole. And then right here is where the light switch is in the bedroom. Again, not a lot I can do about that one. All in all though, great success. We'll come back to this lot later. I don't think
I will ever get used to wearing one of these. Oh. The zip on this is like itching my neck. I just rubbed fiberglass on my face. Whatever. Right, now it's time to learn how to use this. Alrighty, that wasn't actually that bad. I've chased all the way from the floor to the ceiling, and honestly, it went for it like butter because it's plasterboarded. But now all I need to do is drill a hole through there into the attic for the cables to feed through. As I am on my own, I have left the drill bit in the ceiling poking out, and I'm going to go upstairs into the attic. I say upstairs. I'm going to go up into the attic and see where I've come through just to make sure we're all good. And would you look at that? Perfect. Now all we need to do is take our new cable and thread it up. Now this bit's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to do on my own, but if I feed this up there and I feed enough, hopefully stay. Stay.
Right, I'm really hoping that it is still up here, which if I wander across this beam, there it is.
This is going to be a bit of annoying going up and down, up and down, up and down. But now at least if I grab the cable here, pull it back down up the ceiling, keep it bent, I know that that is the length of the wire I need. So I can come back and hook up a light switch for the bathroom later. Because obviously once I seal this all up, I don't want to keep taking it out to do the wiring and stuff. So try and get all the wires into the attic now, and then I'm done with being up there. Another thing that I've just been reminded of is the radiator. When I put a new radiator in, that's gonna have to go up into the attic, and the switch is gonna go right there. So what I'm gonna do now is measure up the center of the door frame and chase up to the attic again for another cable, because I plan on drilling a hole straight through the bathroom wall into the bedroom, running a cable under the skirting board, up the chase to the attic, and it will meet with that FCU that is going to be going above the door. With those jobs done and feeling a bit worse for wear, I think it's time to have some lunch. So for the first time, I'm going to plonk my lunch down, sit in my beautiful garden, breathe in some fresh air and chow down. Oh, it's a hard day's work. And if we look at this socket again, you'll notice I've made it harder. I was just sat here a minute ago with my clippers to attach some of these to the end of the cable because there's just live wires sticking out the wall. So I was going to tidy it up before I crack on with doing the sockets around the room. And as I pulled on it to take some of this off, the cable started coming down and I was getting more from the attic. I was just like, really? So I just went up to the attic, pulled the cable, and I pulled them both out the wall. Now, whether I could have used it to fish this cable with the already chased hole in the wall is a different story. I have a strange feeling it probably would have snagged and I would have had to do all of this work anyway. Plus, if anything, this is better. Like, it looks untidy now, but when I've sealed over that, you'll never notice there. I needed to chase down to here anyway to do the light switch. And at least now I know that all of my cables are here. And that when it comes to replacing, doing the like for like and taking out the old ones, I can now pull them all out into the attic and rewire, or get the electrician to reconnect it and stuff like that. So out with the old, in with the new. I was literally just going to tidy it up and bed it in the wall, but now I know that I can take the cable out, makes me feel a whole lot better. But with that sidetrack later, we can officially turn the lights back on and crack on. Time to stick some sockets in and have this wire go around the skirting board. Are you ready? May have been the cheesiest thing ever done, but cue the music because it's time to socket.
Ooh, yeah, you see, I'm only superhuman. Levitate and go into the moon, man. Blast off, yeah. You see my true plan, spreading joy, feeling new, yeah. Showing up with my best self, bam. Look at that, I'm feeling good, alright. I'm feeling good, alright. Watch me get it live.
Well, I'm in room number 2, and as you can leave this on. And as you can see by the window, it is pitch black. It is getting very, very late. I am hot and sweaty, and this room is incredibly dusty. I'm starting to chase out the next sockets. You can't even see. That's why I've stopped filming. So I'm going to have to fast forward to when the dust settles and I've got the boxes in the wall. Oh my God. I think I've done it. You can see why electricians get paid so much. But I think I have done the donkey work. I've got everything wired. So, to begin with the kids' room, there is a socket there that goes all the way under the skirting board, links there. And then from there, I actually managed to pull it through up into the attic. So this is where it will daisy chain, essentially there. It goes up into the attic and connects to the mains. That is just 2 sockets. Then over here, I have another double switch. And then this box here is actually for an Ethernet cable, and both of those feed through the wall into the other bedroom. But admittedly, I've cheated a little bit. It is like 8:30. I am knackered. I have been awake since 4 AM. So it's been a very long day for me. But let me show you our bedroom. So that socket that you saw on the other side of the wall comes through the wall here, and it daisy chains to sockets that are going to go in here. Then it goes up and into the mains. And then I've got 2 Ethernet cables here, one for the up bedroom and then one for in here. And you might be wondering why there's 2 cables coming out of the wall here, and it's because it comes from mains down into a socket and then down again through the wall into a socket, out the socket, into this room, and it follows round to that socket there, and it comes out of that socket and goes into that socket there. I'm really hoping that is the perfect spot for the bed because I've done a socket on each side. Jess took measurements for me, so we should be good. I did try to fish the cable through this as I realised I could get the cable out, but when I tried to do it, it just kept on snagging and it was just causing too much stress. So as there's a hole into the attic in the corner in that cupboard, it doesn't actually matter. So I've just gone that way instead. This is where things get a little bit complicated. So on this wall, where we're in the corner, there may be a TV. So I've got a double socket here and then a single socket here because the radiator from the bathroom is going to come straight through here. Then the wires will come out under the skirting and through the wall, where we arrive back where we began. Up the wall, into the attic, into the mains. Switch is going to go here for the radiator. I know this probably seems wildly complicated, but as I am documenting the renovation of this house, I thought I'd go through all the wires so I could always look back in the future and be like, where did I put a wire? Not that I'll ever need to do that because I'm not here for that long anyway. But it has been a hard day's graft, and as I say, it's like 8:30, so I probably need to head home. I need to drive like an hour to get back home to go to bed. But I think we'll probably pick up the next, tomorrow morning, in the morning, we'll pick up in the morning, where I'm going to come back, tie all these cables down, and then plaster over everything and hide all of the chasing that I've done. But before I go, I should probably tidy the place up because it is a mess. Well, it's not quite the next day. Spoilers aside, progress has been made elsewhere, thankfully, because of the time difference. All of the sockets are now completely wired up and they have been tidied away as well. So all that needs to happen now is all this needs to be plastered in and filled over. I just need to go around, continue my donkey work and chase it around the skirting, just because there's certain places where the cable sticks out, so I can't tie those in. Well, they couldn't be tied in. Same with this room, all of the wiring is done. All that is left to do now is the lighting, which hopefully shouldn't take that long. All we need to do is go find out where these wires are in the attic and reroute them to the center of each room. Fortunately, the ceiling is just plasterboarded, so it's gonna be super easy just to stick wires in and replace the old ones with the new cabling.
I am starting to become too comfortable up here, even though I am sick of coming up and down the bloody ladders. My legs are killing me. All right, I have found our cables down there.
And then in typical fashion, the camera didn't work. But to very quickly re-explain, this is my mains power that is going in to my quick wire switch and load. Basically, the main comes into it, then it goes to the light bulb, then it also goes to the light switch, and then it goes off to the next room, and then that repeats. So lots of switch and loads, and then wiring into rooms. But from the switch and load, they come from the ceiling into these T connectors. So the wire comes in, and then I can just wire a light bulb to it. The beauty of these is that you can literally just pull them off like so, and they will just go and sit in the ceiling, which essentially they're quick wiring. So I don't have to mess around like pulling lights out and like fiddling with wires. These are really easy to use. Then we have our light switch here on the outside of the bathroom. Plaster just kept on falling off the walls here, so there's a bit of a hole that needs to be filled, but I'm going to be filling the whole house in anyway and skimming it, so I'm not really too worried. But I need to repeat this process for the other bedrooms. Now obviously it's dark outside, as you can see, and I also have no lights whilst I do this. Obviously, because of the quick wire situation, I can actually leave the lighting on and then just plug in when I need to use it. Another reason why I love this, but for the time being, I'm just gonna have to fast forward until I've got everything wired in, because I've got to chase more down for light switches as well, which is gonna take me a hot minute, but we're just going to crack on with it and get it done. I'm sorry that the latter end of this vlog is very much like before, after, but time is against me, and whilst I do want to film the whole process, it's a little bit challenging to do when I have to get this done today, because as you can see by the bathroom, we're already working on that, and I can't have my time split everywhere, so I'm working till dark and going to bed really late and getting up really early. Adult life for you. This is probably the world's longest vlog, by the way. I'm sorry. Also, cap, because my hair is doing my head in. I feel like I'm getting deja vu. I'm pretty sure that the first half of this vlog, I say half, the first part of this vlog, I was sat in this exact position when I'd finished all the sockets. And I have officially finished all the lights at 8 PM. I feel like it was pretty close to 8 PM last time. And when I say finished, I mean the donkey work is mostly done. You may be also wondering why I put a light switch behind the door, and it's because I'm going to take the door off and swing it the other way, so that when you walk into this room, the door opens and it makes the room feel more open by having the door swing the other way. I've done the same thing in our bedroom, because where our bed is, it's quite annoying that our bed's going to be there, and whoever sleeps this side, probably me, is going to have the door right in their face. So now it opens the other way, and it'll open against this wall, which will give you the whole room. It'll open up the room. But yeah, so I'll put a light switch in here. Again, I've just done the donkey work for now. The plaster is going everywhere. The house is falling apart at the seams. I mean, crikey, look at that. But for now, all of the wiring is done. I've got these quick fit T connectors all in every room now. I just need to shorten the cable and stuff like that, and then you can tidy away in the roof when we get actual proper light fittings. For now, it's just hooked up to make sure it works, so it can be checked and so on. But I think on that note, I am going to wrap up today's vlog, because I am beat. I don't even know. No, you wouldn't have seen it, but I've been off doing some other stuff, so look forward to a campsite video coming soon. But as I say, like, I am literally juggling 1,000,001 things at once, and believe me when I say this, I am putting in a graft to make sure this gets done. Like getting up at like 4 or 5 AM in the morning, working here all day, like making the vlogs, my actual job, live streaming, renovating this house. Like, I'm here every night, like super late at the moment, and it takes me 45 minutes to get here, something like that. I don't know, it depends on the traffic, but yeah, I am putting a graft in to make sure that this place is ready for my family before Christmas. Fingers crossed. I can do this. I will provide for my family. I don't know why. It's so funny, when I was doing the sockets, I just went into like, I was locked in. I was like in some locked in mode, and I just did it all. And then I blinked and it was done. And then I was like, the next day I was like, fuck, how does it all wire? I can't remember, because I just went like blurry vision almost. I just did it all. Thankfully, everything's really good and it's all set up. One thing I haven't actually shown you guys yet before I wrap up the vlog is that there is now an FCU switch up here, which will link to the radiator that is going to go in there. Look forward to that room, by the way. I wish I'd filmed the process of demolish, but I didn't. Spoiler alert. God, Jesus, this plaster work. I wanted, by the way, to plaster everything today, but I just haven't got the time. Like, I am trying my absolute hardest. So I think there is going to be a day where I do like touch-ups, where I go through and I plaster everything, and because I've never done that before, so I've got to do like an undercoat plaster and then a final finish plaster on it. However, you'll notice that I'm stood in the dark right now, and it's because the lights in the corridor don't work. I've disconnected them because I haven't done this yet, because Jess wants another light down the other end, which makes complete sense. And I haven't got round to wiring this yet because I'd have to chase again. It's a long day to do this. I just want to get the bedrooms and the bathroom done. That's my main priority right now. I can always come back in later and add in a switch down here. It's not a big deal. On that same note, all of this is all wired in now. It's all going to the right place. And the next video, or the next time I'm down here, better still, the internet will be here, like the router and everything. The internet will be turned on, so I can wire all that up and make sure that works, because adding like network sockets to every room is something I've always wanted. When I lived at the flat, I just never knew how to do it, and I've taken the time to learn how to do it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I've done it right and it will all work. But anyways, right, I need to stop rambling. This has probably been one of the longest vlogs I've ever made on the channel. Let me know if you're still here in the comments down below if you enjoyed this kind of video. And I will try and show everything a bit more, because I think in this vlog I did show a lot. I probably should have split it into multiple videos, to be honest, but I just needed to crack on and get it done. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this video, or at least appreciate the effort I've gone through to do all this, then please leave a thumbs up rating. I would genuinely appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot. And yeah, if you are new to my channel, hit subscribe, because if you enjoyed watching me, or you enjoy watching me renovate this house, where I'm building a campsite as well. Like, there is so much lined up, some really cool stuff in a very soon vlog as well. Some new machinery. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you so much if you made it to this part of the video. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry this one was so long. I like them to be really like zippy and quick, but it is the nature of doing DIY. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Peace, much love. Bye-bye.
I'm excited. Well, I thought I'd escaped the loft, but I forgot my bloody tape measure. It's over there.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. My hair is f***ing grim, excuse my French. I probably beeped it anyway.